Senator, if we don't have a functioning vaccine safety and transparency system, when the government says a vaccine is safe, is that assurance really based in science right now?
Well, I would argue not really, because we don't have true placebo trials of any of the vaccines on the childhood schedule. They're tested against other vaccines.
Yeah.
So if another vaccine has a certain level of adverse events, you test a new vaccine, has the same level, you go, oh, that sounds safe, but we never tested the original one. So again, you have to take a look at, in totality, what is the rate of vaccine injuries? We really don't know. I mean, VAERS, we've had a Harvard study that, prior to COVID, only 1% of adverse events was actually reported to the vaccine adverse event reporting system. So it dramatically understates the number of vaccine injuries. So that's a problem. It's very difficult because there's money on the line. In order to get compensated, you have to prove that whatever health condition you have was caused by a vaccine. There's such a reluctance within the medical establishment, within our federal agencies, to actually link a vaccine to any kind of health outcome. So we've paid out very little from the vaccine injury compensation fund, virtually nothing to the one designed for COVID. The best solution for this is actually make these products safer and do real science to determine, are there certain conditions that make you more vulnerable for an adverse event? Again, we haven't even been able to ask the question because everybody in the industry just wants to rely on the safe and effective rhetoric and look no further.
Yes, sir. Let me follow up on that. Robert Redfield was at a panel with you, I think just last week. He said it's time to remove the liability protections for vaccine makers so that the courts can get more involved. Your thoughts on his idea?
First of all, I agree with that. I've been saying that for quite some time.
You have.
That original 1986 bill did not provide liability protection for the vaccine manufacturers. That was a wink and a nod agreement that they did it by regulation about a year later. Yeah. So it really never was not the intent of that bill to completely, obliterate vaccine liability. Now, I would say there has to be some limits to it. We do want drug companies to be able to research and produce new life-saving drugs, but it has to be based on real science and it has to be transparent. And they've got to fess up to when their drugs or their vaccines cause harm. Again, we have to know the truth about these things, and right now we don't.